Praise be Jack Kirby and the new gods.
The new gods.
Forever and ever. Deliver us from the dark side.
Like instead of like the dong, but you do the fucking mother box. That'd be cool, right?
I'd follow that religion.
Imagine, and then like instead of like first communion, like oh, you've earned your mother box.
Oh, that would be your graduation.
Yeah,
mother box.
Yeah, mother box.
Does everyone over there have new gods have a mother box?
Well, new guys do.
Well, okay. If this religion was a thing, our new founded Jack Kirby religion, Jack Kirby we trust. How would you go about that? I mean, how would you set apart your
I think
hierarchy?
Like your pope would be like the high father, right? Like it'd be like
high father.
You'd have
dark
like
seed.
your fucking like what do you call it? Like a pope, like you get nominated or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the high father, right?
You billow with smoke and whatever. Yeah, okay. And you're the high father. You are in charge now of all these other, all these new gods.
New gods, right?
Per se. Your bishops, your foragers, your
light speed,
your light speeds, yeah. You're that big ugly guy. Fuck his name is Mongol or something.
And you got your Barda, right?
Yeah, your Bardas, Mr. Miracles, Oberons.
Yeah. But then you would have like you wouldn't have your dark side or like grand good. That's like the scary stories, right? That's like your devil. That's your like
Llorona.
You're like don't be bad or
dark side will come get you,
or fucking granny goodness will kidnap you.
But here's well, the whole thing is like there's got to be a good and a bad side, right? And my whole issue with religion was you could worship God but don't worship the devil.
Yeah.
But why can't you just be like, hey, friends and shit, I need God this time. I need the devil next time.
What about
any situation?
There's your story, right? Because you'd be like, oh, it's all about balance, right?
Right.
Like High Father gave him his son, and so
it's back and forth.
That's your balance. Of,
Yeah, High Father gave Darkseid his son, and it's like God gave us His only son, right? All right, yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah, it's all there. Jack Kirby stole from the Bible.
Kirby was a very religious man.
Yeah.
My favorite story about that was how when he designed Galactus.
Yeah, with the G.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was that like Stan writes the Marvel style, so it's like 2 paragraphs or like Magic 4, whatever, right?
2 paragraphs, give me a whole book.
Yeah, and so there's a famous story about how the 2 paragraphs he gave Jack for that issue was like Fantastic Four fight God, and that's all it said, right? And so like. It's so crazy to think that like Jack Kirby, that's what God looks like to Jack Kirby.
Dude with horns.
And a big G on his belt.
For God.
Yeah. Because he said too that like, oh, Silver Surfer was like, oh, he needs an angel.
A herald.
And that's his angel.
Yeah. It's silver wings and silver surfboard.
Yeah.
He just made him a Californian. Dude. All right.
And so it's so crazy that like,
that's your God, horns on him.
Yeah.
A
big fucking helmet and like
eats fucking worlds. Yeah, that's my God. Makes sense to me.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, what is it any crazier than like stuff in the Bible and like
we just established earlier? There's dragons in the Bible.
There's dragons in the Bible.
Angels aren't feathered people. It's
they're
weird
ribbons and wings and
light beams of sorts. They tells us about aliens. They tell us about a lot of things if you actually read the Bible. But
what's the thing? It's very interesting.
Interpretation.
Well, that's the thing. Right? It's supposed to be metaphoric.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
It's not an actual dragon with 7 heads. It's the sins of the humanity.
Yeah. It's supposed to be metaphoric.
Yeah. It's not the devil themselves going to be released for 1,000 years. It means people are going to be an assholes for 1,000 years. And eventually, you're going to realize, hey, maybe that's not the way. And we're going to stop being such assholes to each other.
I don't know. It's been a while.
I hope that bubble pops.
Yeah. I love the like. That's why I always talk about like Buddhism. Which, Buddhism is like what like people can believe whatever they want to believe. It's cool. And basically, Buddhism is like don't be a dick. That's all it is.
You know what? The basis for most religions is that don't be a dick.
Yeah.
But the basis for most anything is religions being the dick.
Yeah.
We got a whole war fighting on the other side of the world because of shit like this. So, I'm just saying.
Well, I think that's I think there's an anniversary pretty soon, like the Dogma anniversary. Cause
I was gonna say the Inquisition.
Oh no,
That's another one, you know.
But like that movie, as as silly as it is, like there's that whole message of like, you know, you can't if you have a belief, it's hard to change a belief. If you have an idea, it's you can change an idea.
Yeah, because beliefs are a little more set in stone as compared to an idea.
Yeah.
Ideas, people come together to throw ideas.
Mm-hmm.
People come together to believe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Well, it's like the funny thing about was it Tim Allen, how he was like, he's super religious, and he was talking about how his kid's agnostic, and he made the argument that like, well, you can't be an agnostic without God has to exist because you have to have something not to believe in. And it's just like that circle argument, right? But then I always find it funny that they're like,
that's where the devil was created. Yeah.
I think it's funny that the people are like, oh, he's so adamant about that. You're fucking Santa Claus. Like, you play Santa Claus, right?
You play one of the most mythical creatures in the existence.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah. Huh. It's fascinating. Like, like.
It's a paycheck.
Yeah. No, I'm saying,
like, back to last week. It's a paycheck.
I just think it's so weird that, like, like, religious people are very upset. Like, oh, my kid doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And I'm like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue with that? Like, you're like.
It's fine. If your religion doesn't lie, you say believe in Santa Claus. Don't believe in Santa Claus. But don't stop them from learning what a Santa Claus is, so they can have a social life in the outside world. Sure, you don't have to believe in it, but doesn't mean you don't have to know about it.
Yeah,
you know, when I did the Jehovah's Witness thing for a little bit of time, a lot of those kids right there,
they don't celebrate anything, right?
They don't show them anything. They don't know anything.
They don't celebrate birthdays and shit, right?
They don't watch cartoons. They don't watch cartoons.
That's weird, man.
And he goes, so what do you guys do after we do homework and we watch cartoons? No, we wait till like afternoon to watch like a novela with the family, and that was their thing. You know, and then we're like, what about like reading like books and stuff? No, we want to read the Bible. We want to read these sanctioned books that the religion said is okay to read.
What's the thing about like I was talking to a friend yesterday about religion and how like any religion that has the first rule of like like faith is the most important thing, and it's like but okay, faith is one thing, like faith is believing in something because you believe in it, right? But when they make the argument of like, no, faith is like you don't question anything, like, it's a little sketchy, you know?
You know what? If you really have faith in something, you won't have to question it.
Yeah.
I get it, you know? But to say faith is not questioning, it's kind of...
it's a little...
Yeah. I get what you're trying to say. At the end, that's what you're going to come up to.
Yeah.
But you can't really say that because it's not the truth.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get there.
Yeah.
But not the way you want it to be. You know, jumping the gun, I guess. Right?
It's strange, man. It's very strange. Like,
yeah. People are weird.
Yeah.
I'd rather not talk to religion.
Yeah. Like my grandmother was very religious. Like she would go to church like every day. And I remember one time my dad came home from work, and my dad, I don't know if he still does it, but like, he was a guy like every day got the newspaper.
Right.
Bought the newspaper every day. And I remember one day he came home and he was like, and he had like, it was like the entertainment page. And there was this whole thing about how in City Walk, they were protesting like a Harry Potter movie.
Oh.
And on the front page,
it's the devil.
There's my fucking grandma holding a sign. Right? And we're like, what? And then we asked her about it, right? And she was like, yeah, she goes, the church took me and like they gave me the sign. They just told me just hold it. And she's like, all right. Like, she doesn't know what she was protesting, but she was just like.
That is funny and fucked up at the same time. I want to laugh and then be like outraged for the lady because she didn't know better and she was really devout and they used her devotion to fucking benefit and their own. That's the shit I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah.
You know, one thing always got to me when I was doing Catholicism, going to church. 45 minutes into the fucking hour thing, they bring out the little fucking plate, you know, they bring out the little basket, you know, with the long ass pole, like, you know, hey.
And before it ends, right?
One more time. One more time, you know.
One more time.
I see you people back in the back didn't give big. Come on down. Give me more money. Jesus needs it. Well,
that was weird.
Do we have uninvited guests tonight?
No. Hope not. Was it the wind?
I hope so. It was a wind, but I heard it just clack.
That's weird.
Well,
like earlier, like when you sneezed, like me and Eddie were standing right here, and like that thing like literally fell off. Like somebody pulled it off. Like it went forward.
I'm very powerful when it comes to sneezing. As you know, and everyone that knows me knows, I have caused earthquakes, like literal earthquakes. Like how Southern California started shaking as soon as I was sneezing. I went sneeze, started shaking, and people were just like, "Did you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was me, man.
Oh, that's not good.
Fucking caused an earthquake sneezing.
Gotta be careful with that.
Too powerful.
Yeah,
I gotta be careful. What are you talking about? Eddie called me an airbender.
Yeah, that's what's it fucking. Felix the cat, was it Baboom? His buddy, like Baboom.
Baboom. I wish I could sneeze like that.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh,
that's funny.
yeah. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that shit. Yeah, but I fixed it. It's pretty good now.
Yeah, for now.
That was Jimmy's painting.
Yeah,
or art, whatever.
Just came right off.
Yeah,
came right off.
What if it's a sign for Jimmy's in trouble right now?
It might be.
And we need to go save him.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Cool.
He'll be all right.
If Jimmy were listening, sorry, we tried.
We tried.
Yeah.
We gave up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in Long Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an Arby's in Long Beach. We could go Arby's.
Wait, he works at an Arby's?
No. I'm just saying there's an Arby's in Long Beach.
There's a lot of things in Long Beach, but I like how you focus on the Arby's because there's no more Arby's in the world.
No, it's hard to find, man.
Yeah.
I was very excited a couple weeks ago. My little sister went to a concert, and it was over in Hollywood somewhere. And
that nice Arby's.
And so my dad was gonna take her, and I go like, "Are you gonna go to Arby's?" And he's like, "I could." I'm like, "Cool."
And did you go with him?
No.
Oh, he brought it back?
Yeah, he brought it back.
That's a good dad.
Yeah,
That's a good dad.
Yeah.
Because there's an Arby's, but you know what's near that Arby's? A Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh,
like a block away from that one. That's like it though. It's either Arby's or Roscoe's.
Yeah, because Arby's are far in between, man. That's why I don't like Jollibee, man.
Why? Oh, haha.
Took my Arby's away from me.
Took your Arby's away. And it sucks too because Jollibee's pretty good. You know, it's like for like it's an adult kids meals. You know, that's all it is. You know, spaghetti, and more spaghetti,
and chicken, and weird
pineapple drink.
It's like, no, can't do it, man.
For adult kids,
it's in the corpse of the Arby's.
I get it. You know,
can't do it.
You can't do it at all.
Can't do it.
No worries. You know, good chicken though.
Guess.
Yeah, it's good chicken. Like an adult Happy Meal. I'm telling you. Anyway, you know what they used to like about it? They used to have the Spam burger there.
Oh.
It was just mayonnaise, Spam, and pieces of Hawaiian bread. That's it. Took it off the menu. Too many fucking calories.
Oh.
Like 2,000 calories on bullshit. You know?
That makes sense.
But they take it off the menu.
That's ham.
Spam.
Yeah, but it's ham.
Spam.
Ham in a can.
Yeah. Not quite ham.
But they also have other spam, right? It's like fish spam or like...
I've been on that spam aisle. They have every kind. They have teriyaki spam. No.
I don't like spam in general.
Oh, really? What about like a masubi?
Here, yeah, but I never like crave it.
Okay.
You
I
know
crave
yeah,
masubi.
I don't know.
You know what? I hate it, but I'll eat the shit out of it. Spam and eggs.
Like I never like it.
It's not
my
the best.
my family got into a kick at one point. They found this Hawaiian place, Hawaiian breakfast.
Oh,
and that was like the thing, and I was like, it's all right.
Yeah, no, it's. I'd rather have ham and eggs.
Yeah,
just straight ham and eggs. You know, fuck shit, even turkey ham and eggs. But like the spam and eggs, it's kind of like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
you know, only spam I'll make will be the spam masubis, and that's about it. I don't think I ever use spam for anything else. I'm not that poor.
Because spam will last forever.
I have a can of spam from 1999 in my cupboard.
You should eat it. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Not until the year 3009. Yeah, you know when you go through all the stuff that was in there, and all of a sudden you're like, that does not say 1999 on it.
Yeah.
You're like,
it never so bad, right? That's what you put in your fucking like fallout shelter and shit.
I guess. I think I might have to just eat it on live camera just in case I die.
You might die.
You know, or renal failure, or you know,
or you'll discover like the new penicillin or something.
Spam powers.
Yeah.
What spam powers are, I don't know, but I'm gonna get them.
You gotta try it.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so like on
spam powers.
No. On the weekend they dropped a bunch of trailers or stuff, and one of the things they dropped was they made a Fallout TV show.
Oh, I swear to God, if you were gonna say King Kong Godzilla,
no,
punch you.
No.
Reach over. No, yeah, I saw that.
I don't know anything about that, but that show looks interesting.
Yeah, no, I again haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I know the Fallout story,
Yeah.
basic Fallout story, all these reiterations, Vegas, and all that stuff. It's just a continuation of the main big story.
Yeah.
So, from what I gathered in the character that's there, it's from the Fallout, the latest Fallout version.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea, but the character, I think it might be from the latest version. So it's not going to be from the previous ones or whatever. But
The thing that caught my attention though was that it's fucking Jonathan Nolan. Christopher Nolan's brother, but he also
I thought he meant from like Rookie.
Oh no. Jonathan Nolan, and then it's freaking. He did Westworld.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, huh. Yeah. I might have to check this out. Like I don't know anything about this. It looks interesting.
You know what? And I think you going in with a fresh pair of eyes, not knowing anything about the franchise, might make you like it even more. The Fallout franchise as a thing itself, it's kind of like a Mad Max kind of we're just trying to live kind of situation. Besides that, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
They dropped that. They dropped a new Boys trailer. And they dropped something else. There's a third one that they dropped. It was like all Amazon Prime stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That boys thing is all over the fucking place. Even freaking Call of Duty is having an event with the boys, and they're releasing characters.
Yeah.
A-Train's gonna be fucking fighting in Call of Duty.
That's so weird.
Yeah, right. No powers. It's just skins, dude. And fucking people are fucking going crazy over this shit.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a con over the weekend where what's his face? The guy plays Homelander.
Yeah.
They were kind of giving him shit because I guess he's not doing the voice in the
game,
the Mortal Kombat.
Oh, really?
And they asked him, a lot of people were asking about it, and he was like, "Oh, I did the one for Call of Duty, and
that was it.
Go play that if you want to hear me." Or like, and he was just being kind of a dick about it. But I think I was tripping out because they just released the Peacemaker stuff and it's fucking John Cena.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking crazy. I like it when that happens. Like the not Homelander, freaking Omni-Man.
Yeah.
It's freaking J.K. Simmons and shit.
Yeah.
They're fucking going all nuts.
Yeah.
You know, and it's what do you call it? When I was listen through the quotes, they're comic accurate quotes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's one where like if you play
as him,
he's like, "How is this possible? Have you heard of Angstrom Levy?" Like
multiverse, baby.
Yeah. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah. And I'm just waiting for Invincible to come out also.
It's gonna happen, right?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. They put him in Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah.
But everyone's in Fortnite. Everyone
fucking Peter Griffin is in Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I've been seeing on the TikToks today.
He's all like super buff and.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that Peter?
Yeah.
Chad Peter?
Yeah, he's all like real buff and.
Like he has like a V freaking shaped body. Yeah, Chad Peter.
And then it's funny because there's a golden Peter that's like a boss.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, when you kill him, he drops down, he rubs his knee, and he's like, oh, like.
I go on.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, see people that know the show get it. See, that's a problem. I probably should have stuck with it from the get go. I probably would have had more fun and would have understood it more. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm
telling you, like they just announced they're doing like Doctor Who skins.
There you go.
And I'm like, that's neat. But then I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. But I do like the idea of the TARDIS fucking glider. That's kind of cool.
I'm telling you, it's fun. And these whole crossovers, Call of Duty again. The one I kind of contemplated was the freaking Evil Dead. Yeah. It had skin where you could be Ash. Voiced by Bruce Campbell in Call of Duty. Why?
It's cool.
Kind of should have bought it. Huh?
Oh, and the Peter Griffin one, his glider is the Peter copter.
We have Disney money.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Cop, the one with his face on it? Oh, right.
That's his glider.
Yeah, I forgot. He has that one, the face on it, the Peter glider. And then, because there was a recent one episode where he has a Mickey Mouse copter.
No.
And then he's like, hey, Disney, what's up?
That's just funny.
Yeah. I still watch him.
Yeah.
I still watch Family Guy.
I haven't watched it in a while, man.
And it's one of those things I'll let them pile up and I'll watch a bunch of them or whatever. Yeah. But it's the whole, I've always been true to that whole animation domination bullshit since I was a little kid. So I still watch The Simpsons and all that.
Yeah.
The latest episode had Meg crying over cookies, and she made cookies with her tears.
Weird.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The B storyline consisted of like Peter and Lois having marital issues, like always, and yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. I watch them just because they're there.
I think when Fortnite jumps the shark is when we get like Bob's Burger skins.
You know it's coming, right?
I don't think it is, man.
You know
If they didn't do it for the movie, I don't think they're gonna do it.
There's already talks that there's gonna be these Bob's Burger skins coming.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would you want that?
I don't.
I kind of do.
I don't.
But then there's that whole issue of like I've been reading about that, how like when they did the Rick and Morty thing, they had to give Morty like a little mech.
Yeah.
Because they have to be a certain size. Because if they're too small, you can't fucking shoot them. Like, you know.
So they had to be a certain tall size.
Yeah. So they gave him like a freaking mech thing to like run around in.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's dumb. But Rick was fine because he was, Fortnite. What do you call it? Because they have hitboxes. They gotta hit and whatever.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
We're just too old for this shit.
I think so, right? I think if like
it's just turned into two old men complaining about video games.
No, I mean like I don't have anything against it. It's not for me. Like I attempted it, and it's very difficult. Like I don't have the fucking
dexterity.
Like you see people do, I'm like, how do they build so fast?
Because they're building, and they're already building the next thing, and they're already on top of the next thing, building the next thing. That's how.
I don't know how they do that.
Me neither. Yeah. But it I don't know. I'm good at the shooting part. You know, I'm pretty good at that. So
you gotta build to survive, right? That's the whole thing.
I know. You know what? The game has come so long that there's so many modes on that thing. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah. You can do from like just shooting to just building, just hiding, to like hanging around with Eminem on a virtual reality tour. Yeah. You know? So there's tons of shit to do on that Fortnite.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, not for me.
That's not for me either. I can't get into it. I tried to get into it. Man. I tried, because especially when the Thanos thing happened, I'm like, this looks neat. And it was like, oh, no.
You know what I tried also? After the Thanos, they had the Galactus event.
Yeah.
And I went in for that. And all I did was stay in the bag while Galactus is demolished all these people. And I was just like, cool. Yeah. Like, it's cool to see that, you know? It's like saying that when the Marvel Universe joins together to fight, you know, the big bad. Yeah. Same fucking feeling, you know? But I just stood in the bag, like, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Anyway.
I felt like everyone's making that meme, too, of at the end of Loki season 2, where like Mobius was like, I'm just gonna stand here and watch for a little while. Everyone's making that meme now.
Wow. You know? Wow.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Well, it's true. He kind of just stood there. You know, what do you want? What do you wanted him to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of fucked, right? Because he's the variant, so like he's not their. Well, no, he's a version of their father or something.
He could have gone back to the point where they left and then just took it over.
No, because in theory,
he's already a variant.
Well, not only that, but like he's that his timeline doesn't exist anymore because it was early on the TVA, and they would eliminate variant timelines.
So they eliminated his timeline. Yeah, so that timeline or where he was at there was not his.
No, because he was there. Like he was with the kids.
Yeah, I'm saying that version of him wasn't the same one that we saw.
Yeah. Well, it was, kind of. It's complicated. Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get. Because Loki goes up to him and says, "Let's go." So he becomes that guy. Yeah. And then when he comes back to see himself, he's not that guy. It's a different guy. Yeah. But it's gonna be him that becomes him, and then he's gonna. I got tired.
Yeah. Multiverse, time travel,
and shit.
Time travel. It's very like complicated.
No, it's not.
Like, you know, it's funny. Like I saw this meme. Well, some guy did a podcast and he was bitching about the Loki show and how he didn't like it. And then he said the quote of the day was like, you know, I didn't like it because of the time travel weirdness. Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, and honestly, if Loki wasn't in it, no one would like it. And then someone responded with like, that next Avengers movie with no Avengers. If the Avengers aren't in it, no one's gonna like it.
Oh. It takes all types in this world. It takes all types in the world. There's no cure for stupidity, but we can at least alleviate the ailments.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know? Well, I mean, I don't know. I got nothing for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
People have to complain about stuff.
You just have to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We just became too old people complaining about video games. You know?
Yeah.
We have to complain about something.
Which is funny though, because the flip side,
Yeah.
I saw that the Scorsese movie,
The flower killing moons or whatever.
Yeah. Like I saw it on the play. I'm like 3.5 hours. I'm out.
I was contemplating going to the theater to go see that shit, dude.
That's too much movie, man.
3.5 hours. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah,
Dude.
I was like, no, that's too much movie.
And then I saw the trailer. I didn't know anything about this movie until recently. Saw the trailer. I'm like, I don't think I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm.
No, I tell you, I saw the trailer a while ago, and then Fuentes, and he was going to go see it, and he invited me, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And he was like, come on. I was like, dude, it looks boring. I'm out.
But he's a connoisseur, if
Yeah,
you will. So he'll devour that.
I-
Did he tell you how it was?
No, I didn't talk about
I
it.
should ask him.
I just think like nowadays, especially the way cinema is and everything, I think it's so expensive to go to movies now. And I feel like unless I really want to see something, I'm not gonna go see it. Like,
I mean, you're getting a bang for your buck at that. You know,
technically, yeah.
if you go to a matinee,
Yeah.
$5 for a
That's
3-hour
a movie,
movie.
yeah.
That's like $1.75 an hour. Wow.
But I don't know, like this is one where I'm really tempted to go see. I feel like I need to see it this month. There's
Godzilla?
Or that, but no, there's this new John Woo movie.
Godzilla? Oh, not Mr. Nobody, but like
Silent Night or something. It's like a Christmassy, right?
Dude, they kill a kid in the
Yeah.
first scene of the trailer and the dad, but he survives.
He survives and he goes out for revenge.
Oh, makes a list. And he checks it twice.
No. And it's John Woo, and it's like freaking like fucking John Wick producer, and like
Even the guy, what's his name?
fucking Rick Flag.
Yeah, Rick Flag, yeah. From Suicide Squad, yeah.
I'm kind of in, man. I'm kind of hyped.
You know what? I'm for these revenge movies,
Yeah.
but just don't oversaturate them.
Yeah,
You know? The 80s is full of oversaturated revenge movies to the point where, like, you know...
Well, I think like when John Wick brought it all back, right?
Yeah.
Like, once that happened, everyone started doing them.
And I'm scared of that. Because there was already some. It's
Yeah.
just not as to that
Yeah.
grandeur fucking level. Violence, hyper-violence.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I liked about, like, you know, Death Wishes and shit.
Yeah.
Hyper-violence.
Hyper-violence,
Yeah. How often do you get to see a guy get nailed in the fucking forehead? Or, like, fucking bazooka out a window and shit.
Or fucking, was it RoboCop melted? And
Melted, yeah. Big ass gun.
Yeah.
Come on. Shoot between the skirt.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shot him in the dick.
Shot him in the dick.
But yeah, I saw that trailer. I'm like, I think I'm in. I'm kind of in for this.
Yeah.
Like that one, and like, I think I'm actually more excited about that than Aquaman.
Are we going to go see Aquaman?
We kind of have to, right? I think, Eric's going to want to talk about it.
Can we go back to the $5 theater at least?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to.
thought $5 anymore.
$6, $7, whatever. You know, the cheapest Aquaman we can find.
Okay.
You know what? Do you have points?
Somewhere. I got to find it.
If you have points, don't pay for your ticket. Just go as cheap as you can. Dude.
That's what I did for The Flash.
Points?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
We actually had enough points that me and John didn't pay for that movie. That's what I did for The Flash.
That's good. That's good. You know, I still, still not my favorite Flash movie, but
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know, man.
You gotta go see Silent Night.
I kind of want to see it.
There's no.
I know it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not going to be like, oh, this is an amazing story. Like,
You know what? Same thing was Nobody. Remember
Yeah.
Nobody with?
I enjoyed that.
With
That
Better
was
Call
fun.
Saul.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
It had the same thing. Like, oh man, it's just gonna be another one of those
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, it was another one. Of those,
But it was fun.
But it was fun.
Well, I think that was the thing too. I think like even before John Wick, I think it was like the Taken movies, which was like old man kicking ass,
Kicking a bunch of young kids.
yeah,
ass.
right.
Yeah.
Like that was a thing before.
I gotta sit and set skills.
Because I remember like I forgot who told me that. I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
The first Taken movie.
Yeah.
And someone told me like, "Oh, it's great because it's like like he's not perfect. Like he limps and he fucking does this and like
He fucks up a lot. Yeah.
drops his gun. And shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it because he's ex whatever the hell. He hasn't done it in a while.
Yeah.
But he lets it happen 3 times.
3 times.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like, taking 1, cool, man.
Yeah,
You got her back, cool. Taking 2 again, dude? What the fuck? Taking 3, all right, man. That's just negligence.
I think 2 made sense because it was like he killed all those fucking gangsters or whatever.
So
So
they're
like
back
they're
for
out for revenge.
Wait, isn't that John Wick too?
You know what they need to do? Like,
Yeah.
just do it all, man. Just have like the fucking Taken guy go after John Wick, and like, nobody just hanging out.
They're all part of the same.
All part of the
you
same,
know,
yeah.
They're all at the Continental at one point. You know.
Yeah.
They have a meal because they can't fight in there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I'll watch that.
And then like we'll CGI freaking young Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
You know, fucking what do you call it? Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
Freaking Chuck Norris. Young Chuck Norris, not the new one.
Or you do like a what do you call it? Like a twist story where like
Bruce Lee.
The Taken, John Wick, nobody. Who else?
From those kind of movies?
Yeah.
For the recent ones?
The fucking Christmas guy.
The Christmas guy. You know, like bring on Santa Claus.
Santa Claus from was it Violent Night? Right?
Violent Night. He's a Viking in that one.
You bring those guys, put them together as a team, and they go against the Expendables.
Led by the Crumpets.
Oh, there it is.
Led by the Crumpets and your 2025 fucking holiday special movie.
I'd watch that.
You know, the Expendables meet the
old dudes.
Geriatrics. The geezers.
The geezers.
The geese squad.
Yeah.
The Shells. Well, I mean, they're all old.
Yeah. I always forgot too that dude, the fucking Rick Flag, he was RoboCop in the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like that one?
I saw it recently. It's not bad.
No.
But it's one of those movies. I think it's like in the same vague, like the whole thing, the same thing with the Christian Wig Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Like it's one of those things where like I would have liked this better if it wasn't Ghostbusters. You know, if it was just like, oh, it's like Ghostbusters or like
it's like RoboCop.
Yeah, if it's like RoboCop, it's not RoboCop. You know what I mean? I think because you can't help but like compare it
to RoboCop,
or like like,
well, they did the whole. It's a black costume.
Yeah,
you know, it's different. It's got the red visor thing. Yeah. It looks like Cyclops.
Yeah,
you know, it was RoboCop, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, maybe if they didn't call it RoboCop, maybe call it Cop the Robo.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Robert Cop
or dumbass.
But it just like I don't think like I think it was fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it just wasn't like but you're gonna compare it to RoboCop. You're gonna compare it to the original, and you're just like, oh, it's not as cool as the original ones.
But it is.
Yeah, but it's more modern, I guess.
Yeah. And it's the blowing up thing and the psychological shit. It's kind of more updated. Yeah, you know that's the whole thing.
That movie came out on Valentine's Day.
Yes, I know.
And I took Joanna to see it, and and I remember after we got out, she was like, she liked it, and she was like, oh, I want to watch the original ones. I'm like, you're not gonna like the original ones compared to this.
I'll buy that for $1. Yeah.
Like if you like this one, I don't think you're gonna like the original one because it's vastly different. You know, it's. Did
you watch it?
No, we never. We still haven't watched it because it's not streaming anywhere.
On DVD.
I gotta find it. I have it somewhere.
I dug it right there.
Oh, yeah.
This fucking pile.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we haven't watched it yet. But it's just like, yeah, that's the thing. I think if you like that one, I don't know if you're gonna like the original because
it's too raunchy, it's too sexy, it's too.
What's over the top? The violence is over the top, and it's very like.
But that was the
satire and like
Yeah. Company bad. OCCCP.
Yeah. But it's funny because like they don't make a lot of sense because like at the end of the first one he's like, oh, he's found his humanity and he's back. And then part 2 he's back to just being RoboCop. It's just like
they rebooted him.
Yeah.
You know? And when you reboot a computer, it goes back to factory settings and shit, whatever.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I think there was a lot of stuff they could have done with like with this rebooted version.
Yeah.
Like I think if it was made now.
Does that one take place in Christmas? I think part of it doesn't.
It might have. I think it's over a year though. I think it's like
okay.
But I think the thing is with if it was made now, like post, like all these like protests and stuff, you could have done a little more interesting thing of like
the protesters and
well, not only that, but like the whole like the argument of like the police have too big of budgets and like they have a budget to fucking make a RoboCop, right? like that would be interesting because you're like, do we need RoboCop? Like,
do we need? But that was a question in the first one
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
Do we need? That's the whole point.
mm-hmm.
Wait, in the first one, it was a Christmas one because remember there's that one
Yeah.
scene where there was like they're kissing on them and everything.
Yeah.
And
Oh, New Year's, yeah, they're all
New
like
Year's.
getting drunk and shit.
There
Like,
you
yeah,
go. Yeah.
like,
Happy holidays.
yeah. But see, that also reminds you of like it's funny, like so. There's this weird quote out there, like Bob Iger was complaining about how like like Disney hasn't had $1 billion movie this year.
Well, blame what's her name.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But the thing is, like, it's like no one really has. Like, it's very rare. Like, you had like Barbie, and you had fucking. I think that's it.
that's
Like,
it this year, I think.
I think Oppenheimer did better than they expected, but I don't think it hit $1 billion.
No, Barbie beat it by
Yeah.
a long
But
distance.
he made this weird comment about how like he was like, oh yeah, so now that I'm back, we're gonna stop making unnecessary movies.
The fuck?
And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, like, what is considered an unnecessary movie?
Are they gonna make that new Lilo and Stitch live action? They better.
No,
make,
that's a Disney Plus movie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
good.
But you know what I mean? Like, what? But I don't understand what that means though. Like, what was it an unnecessary movie? Like, is it like what they don't think is gonna make $1 billion? Like, oh, let's not make that.
Anything that's not quote unquote woke.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
No more transgender people. No more that.
Yeah. Which is-
LGBTQ plus.
the only thing I can think of is that if you look at like a Marvel thing,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, in a very vague sense,
Only
would
Avengers movies.
you would only consider anything that we don't need to set up something else. We're not gonna make, which is bad though because then it
no Howard the Duck. No,
Yeah, right.
No real random
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
movies. Okay.
which is weird because like they're still gonna do that Wonder Man show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, that's interesting because that's a very obscure character.
He was gay,
He wasn't gay.
The Beast,
That was his best friend.
allegedly.
His best friend. They just hung out.
Hey.
They went to clubs and shit together.
Yeah.
Not those kind of clubs.
Just saying. They're best friends.
No, Wonder Man was hooking up with what's her face, fucking She-Hulk and fucking.
Allegedly, for the cameras.
No.
But who was his best friend?
The Beast, his best friend.
Who hung around? Literally hung around.
His best friend, man.
The Beast.
The Beast.
He likes some furry.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
But they're making that show,
yeah.
like, which is weird. Like, it's like, that's like, I mean, unless they're gonna set him up to like be an Avenger or something, like,
He's got to be gay.
I don't think I'm okay.
He's got to be gay.
He's not gay.
And then Kelsey Grammer
He's back
as the Beast,
Yeah, the
right?
Beast, yeah.
He's all the Beasts.
He's all Beast.
He
man.
would be that Beast
He
too.
used to be that Beast too.
The gay Beast.
They look like that '70s, like George Perez.
Ooh, fuzzy Beast.
Right. He's halfway there, right? Like in the new version of him.
Uh-huh. He's fuzzy Beast. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I was reading this thing about how they created that, like in the post credit thing,
Yeah.
and like he did a motion capture on his face, but someone else did the walking around, whatever.
Oh.
Because he was saying it like yeah, he wants to do it and he wants to be Beast, but he's not gonna fucking
Do a
go
lot.
for fucking Ruffalo and shit with a suit and shit. You know, like,
He's gonna be hanging upside down, doing beaker shit. No.
no.
I'm gonna be sitting down on some CGI screen.
Yeah, you got that Frasier money, so you know.
Fraser money, which is new apparently.
It's a weird show, man.
I'm
The finale is this week.
10 episodes.
10 episodes. Isn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Again, I used to enjoy the old Fraser. You know, when it was on Channel 13 and we were in syndication.
Yeah.
I used to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, every day. You know, it would show up, and every once in a while, I'd catch it.
Yeah.
You know, I love the dad.
It has that vibe of like, like that old Frasier, and it's very like he's the dad now.
He's the dad.
Like he's the old guy
Curmudgeon
who
and
like
everything's got to be
Yeah.
my way. And does he have a Daphne too that takes care of him?
No, well, so kind of. So basically, like in the first episode, we find out his son Frederick.
Oh, right.
He dropped out of Harvard and he became a fireman. And Frasier's very like,
Oh no, my
like,
son.
how dare you?
I'm a very elite scholar guy.
Yeah, and you're a
radio.
fireman, right?
Yeah.
But then we find out that his partner in the fire department died in a fire and he left a wife and a kid behind. So Frederick has kind of become the surrogate father, the figure for the, and so like Frasier moves into the building where they live
to be close to him.
And so she's kind of like the Daphne, like she kind of like
she kind of looks out for them, kind of.
Yeah.
We didn't know she don't have to.
Yeah.
Because that was her whole thing, right? She had to take care of the dad.
Yeah, she was hired to take care of the dad.
But she ended up fucking helping out Niles and Giles or whatever.
Yeah. So then, so she's kind of the Daphne. Then like Niles and Daphne's kid, he came to Harvard with Frasier. So he's kind of the Niles. He's very like.
Oh, he's still in Harvard.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a freshman at Harvard, and so like, he's very the Niles. He's very like, oh, you know,
he's
like,
very sight.
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah.
All right.
And so it's kind of weird, and then like, but yeah, Frasier's like the very old. He's all old, and he's fucking, you know.
Yeah, well, that was the charm of the dad. He was old, and he was from a different era. And these kids are like, they're smart kids.
Yeah.
They're smarter than him, obviously,
Yeah.
but they're not as smart as him.
Yeah.
He lived through shit.
Well, that's another thing that they mentioned in the latest episode, where like Frederick is kind of like the dad because he's like a fireman, like he's a
roughneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also like there's a running gag when he gets drunk. He starts quoting fucking all sort of shit.
So he's actually smart.
So he's smart, but he's like,
Well,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Because dad was smart too, but it wasn't like, I'm not book smart kind of guy, you know?
I don't know why there's this one episode that like always stuck in my head where they take him camping. They take Frederick camping, and there's this whole thing where Frasier's very concerned that like he doesn't want his son to think less of him. Because they're taking him camping and Frasier's like, oh, I don't like, you know, going out outdoorsy and that, right? And he's worried about that, and he's talking to his dad about that.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, why would you worry about that? And he's all like, oh, you know, because, and he talks about how his dad couldn't do math in his head.
Oh yeah.
And he was like very like, oh my god. And so there's a part where like he's just like, you're being silly. Like it's not a big deal. It's that. And then later on, he's telling Frederick that story, and he's like, Grandpa couldn't do math in his head.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They took it back.
Yeah.
That was a whole episode, I think, of Frasier.
Yeah.
He couldn't do math.
He could do math in his head.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So they got to keep the old chemistry in a weird way.
Yeah.
Different formulas, same chemistry.
It's the same thing. It feels the same way. Like it's very like.
Like if you like the old Frasier.
Yeah, pretty much.
All it needs is that one bar where you used to go every week.
Oh, he goes to a bar now.
Do they go, no.
No. There's a running joke where like he talks about how like I spent too much time in a bar when I was younger. Like it's so crazy if you think about that like that character like outlived
all of them.
Like
everybody.
Like it went longer than Cheers.
Oh,
the show went longer than Cheers.
They meant like
it's got a reboot and shit, and like it's still going. Like you know like.
Well, I mean, if Woody Harrelson probably had his way, he'd probably still be doing it.
Is it a Woody show or it's just like fucking a bartender?
Bartender continue it.
Because I gotta go back and watch it. Didn't they burn down, right, in the finale?
No, he just closes the lights, turns on the lights, and takes off. Yeah. Ted Danson goes, later, guys, and takes off.
Surprised they haven't tried to like reboot that, because like, well, not reboot it, but do a spin-off or whatever.
Or like a newer version.
Because fucking Ted Danson's popular again, right? Like, people like him. Good place.
Yeah. But do you think he'd be still slinging in a bar underneath fucking Cheers and shit?
You wouldn't watch that?
It'd be a whole different crew, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, fucking Ratzenberg's still alive. Fucking George Wendt still alive.
Yeah, but the other one isn't fucking. What's his name? Is dead? Isn't
No,
he?
George Wendt's still alive. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was dead. Yeah. Woody Harrelson's still alive?
Yeah.
Smoking weed still?
Yeah, he's too famous for it, though. I don't think he would do it.
Rita?
She's still alive.
Rita's still alive?
She's in the fucking Barbie, right?
Yeah. Diane?
She did, yeah. Not Diane. The other one.
Not Diane, yeah. What's her name?
I forgot her name.
Yeah, but she's dead?
She died. And then, that'd be cool.
Yeah, use that. Use that to your fucking band. Do the whole night court. Yeah. You know? Oh, she died. And that's what got us back together.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm fucking George Wendt, right? His nephew's Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, yeah.
Could bring him in.
Ooh. That'd be weird. Yeah. Ted Lasso?
Yeah. Did you see that thing that everyone's going nuts about? So like there was like some like Apple leaks or whatever, and they had a schedule, and it said
Ted Lasso spinoff.
no, yeah, well, it had like it didn't have the titles,
Yeah.
but it had what they're making,
Yeah.
and it said something like season 4, and it only listed the guy that played Nate.
Season 4?
All it said was season 4, and it had that guy's name. Yeah.
It would be season 4, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like, are they gonna make it without him?
No,
Like,
maybe it's season 4 question mark.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Could we do it without him? Could we do it without Ted? Just Nate?
Just Nate. It's like Nate. What was his name? He had a weird
Nate
Summer Reed or Summer Reed.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Does it have a Nate show?
Just Nate?
Well, he was the coach at the end, right? Like they made him the coach, so it would make sense.
He had redeeming qualities,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to root for him. I really wanted him to be the evil guy at the end of it all. And at the end of it all, we're like, you know what? Let's redeem him. Let's make him good. Let's put him against his... I don't know.
Yeah.
Good old Nate Dogg.
Yeah. So there's rumors.
I mean, there's so much unopened stuff with that character. There's so much they could have done with him, but I don't think.
I don't know if that show could work without Ted Lasso, though.
No, it can't, because the whole point was he was the antagonist who turned his life around.
Yeah.
So he's trying to become Ted at this point, or a version. Of, he's trying to believe himself.
That'd be interesting because then you could play off like the actual fact of the show.
Yeah.
Where like they're telling him like you don't need to be Ted. Like, and that's the whole thing with the show too. Be like that'd be interesting.
You don't have to be Ted, but he's still got to be positive in a way that doesn't reflect Ted. Oh, you studied under Ted. That's the way he would do it.
That'd be interesting.
Maybe to the point where he uses it, like, Ted would do this. Ted would do this. Ted would do that, and uses it to his advantage in a weird way. To the point where, like, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard though, man. Like, I think you'd have to have all those writers come back. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work. I don't think.
Yeah, you'd have to have at least the core values of the original one. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't have to be the same writers, but they have to understand the material.
Yeah.
It'd be great if there was original writers and stuff, but as long as you keep them, I don't know. Like I said, out of all the characters, Nate had the worst arc.
Do you think so?
Because it was up and down.
Well, he had the most redeeming arc. He had the strongest story arc.
No, because it goes up. It goes really high up, and then goes all the fucking way down, and then it goes all the fucking way up.
Yeah.
Even Roy Kent was always on a level.
No, we go. I guess, but
he was mean, but he had a heart.
Yeah,
and
but
that was his jam.
But then, did you expect
Super
that
Bob
character to be the way he was
at the end?
At the end, going to the beginning,
No, but it was there.
Yeah.
But all that stuff was there.
Yeah.
As soon as they mentioned he's the uncle to the little girl, this shows that there is a softer side to Roy Kent.
I mean, other than Nate, I think Jamie had the biggest storyline.
Jamie,
arc.
I could give you a Jamie little thing going,
because he was a piece of shit in the first season. By the end of that show, you're like, oh man,
he was just a guy trying to be the fucking center stage. It's hard being that guy. But
yeah.
But
I think that's one of those shows too, where I really enjoyed that show a lot more than I expected it to.
Yeah.
And then it was when people ask about it, I'm like, it's about soccer, kind of.
You know what? I don't tell people that. I tell them it's about soccer without the soccer, right? You always tell them that, But it's truth be told, it's about just not being a piece of shit. Again, going back to that, taking it back to the beginning, not being a piece of shit.
Well, I think it sums it up. Was it that one episode where
you find out how bad his life is?
No, there's that, but there's also the episode when they're in the bar and he's having the dart contest with what's his face. And he gives that line about how
he used to play every day.
Yeah, but before that, he says that whole line about how people are mean because they're not curious. Yeah, they're just they have
their own ways of doing things, and if it's different.
And he tells that guy, he goes, if you were curious about me, you would know I play dart every day.
3 times.
And it's that's how he is, because he's not
boasting about anything. He's not telling you, me, which is a lot of people do that. And I've noticed that. It's
but at the same time, though, it was very when he's upset with somebody.
No.
But when he's upset with somebody, he's upset with people. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's weird to see him upset, right? Because he's still positive, but he's really darn tootin' mad. You know, Ned Flanders style. That's why a lot of people are like, "Oh, it should be Ned Flanders."
Yeah. Well, but he just created his character a little bit, like, because he was at like some WNBA game recently, and in the middle of halftime, he got up and did the fucking Ted dance, that Lazo dance.
Yeah.
And everyone fucking went crazy.
Yeah, dude, he created an icon without even fucking trying.
Yeah.
You know, from a little commercial.
But the weird commercials that, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, even those commercials when you see them now, you're like, oh, this is not the character. Like, this is.
No, he's all like a coach. He's like,
and his like fucking accent's real thick, and he's kind of a dick, and he's kind of like.
Yeah, but okay. One could argue, because I remember watching those commercials after Ted Lasso. I watched all of them. One could argue that was before his breakup with his wife.
No, that's true too.
Okay?
That's true.
One could argue that was all leading up to whatever disaster happened between him and his wife.
Yeah.
You know? The thick accent, sure, you can get rid of that.
Yeah.
You know? Shit happens, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah.
That's so weird, though. It's like a commercial character became the most critically acclaimed TV show in a while.
I had hopes. You know what I had hopes for? The fucking caveman ones. Like,
yeah. Fuck. You know what? It's funny because someone was talking about that the other day. And I forgot who it is. But there's like a real famous comedian that was
one of the cavemen. Right?
Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy.
And the commercials too, or something. Yeah. I don't know. The first episode, I was like, I guess.
Some stuff just doesn't work, man. Some stuff just doesn't work.
Yeah. But Nada's holding his own. I don't know.
Could be interesting.
It could be interesting.
If it's real, if it's, you know.
Yeah, because another thing about Nate was that girlfriend, I always never trusted her.
Yeah.
But she was like this.
Yeah.
She's a rock.
Well, his whole thing, too, like, was like oh, just because he was so, like,
neurotic,
unsure of himself that he was like, you're too fucking good for me. Like, you're just like, you know, like.
Which I totally understood. But at the same time, I was like, nah, Dick, don't worry about it.
But, he had such a great character because he went from being this big coach in a big Premier League. So he's like, I want to work in a restaurant. Like, I just want to work here. Like, his girlfriend had to get him fired because she's like, no, you don't belong here. Get out of here. Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's what was my turning point on her was when she basically told me, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, oof, wow. If my girlfriend were to do that, I'd be like, oof, ouch. Yeah. I guess you don't love me anymore. I'm going to go be a coach now.
Be a coach.
Man. Yeah. And sure enough, he did.
Yeah.
Did he ever apologize to Ted?
Yeah.
There was okay.
They had that whole scene in the office.
Yeah. Okay, but it was like to me, it wasn't an apology. More like, look, this is what I was going through. Yeah. This is how I felt. It wasn't an apology.
No, but it made sense because like Ted was in the same situation, man. He was going through some shit too. Like, you know, like.
So he understood it. So it wasn't really an apology. It's more like, I understand your situation. There's not, that doesn't happen in real life. No, in real life, everyone's apologizing to someone else. Yeah. And if you're not apologizing, someone's apologizing to you. Yeah.
Well, because the thing too, because it's like, because what he was upset about was very strange because he was just like, oh, you didn't pay attention to me anymore. Yeah. But he didn't take into account, like, he was going through some shit. Like, he was, you know.
Just because he's Ted and always happy doesn't mean anything. Yeah. There's a lot of mental health bullshit in there. Dude.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people like resonate with it. Like, you know.
Well, you shouldn't call it bullshit. You know, there's a lot of mental health issues in that. Yeah. Every character had bits of trauma that they had to deal with, and Ted was the only one that kind of was like, "How the hell are you dealing with it with such a positive attitude?" It's like, dude, there's enough shitty shit in the world that, you know, what's the point of adding more shit to it? You know, I'm like,
and he had to constantly be reminded of that because there was that whole scene when he thought his ex-wife was going to get engaged, and then he
was going nuts.
He was going nuts, and he had what's her face send the private investigator.
Oh, right.
And then she told him, she's like, why are you worried about this? Just go fucking hang out with your son. Like, you know,
that's what you really wanted, and that's all he really wanted to do. Yeah. You know what? And the kid, you know what? To be a kid in that situation. Kind of separated parents, your dad's away,
living on the other side of the
planet,
side
of the fucking world. Yeah, dude, it's hard.
Yeah.
And to me, the kid did it right. The way he acted, like, you know, he wanted to be with his father, but at the same time, he was scared to, like, you know, get too close and shit. I don't know,
but that all came because his Ted had that same relationship with his father.
We find out later.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a whole. He would think he was doing more damage to the kid by
being around all the time.
Yeah. You know, and I get it. It's a lot of trauma.
It's a deep show, man.
Yeah, it's an onion.
Yeah,
it's a more glass onion than the glass onion.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I don't know. Every once in a while, we'll just get onto TED Talk. Huh?
Yeah, it's a fucking TED, man.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that show has like those moments where like it fucks you up though. Like the scene where when it's like final episodes, right? Where they're they're gonna lose, and he's just like, "Is what we're having fun, whatever," and like that, and then they all pull out a fucking piece of the belief sign.
Yeah, they put it at the end.
Oh, dude.
Okay, my thing with that was Nate ripped it.
Yeah,
it was on the ground.
Yeah.
Someone had to pick it up.
No, he did. He picked it up. He put it back, and then but he didn't tape it back. So it fell, and then they were like, "Oh shit, it's an omen." And he ripped it up and said, "Like, you know what? It doesn't. It's just a sign."
No, he ripped it up into like 4 squares. Yeah. So that means these guys grabbed it from the trash can where he threw it, ripped it into more parts, each have a piece of the fucking thing.
Yeah. It's a belief sign, man.
See. So, going back to earlier, it's about faith.
Yeah.
You know, just because you believe in something, you can have faith in something and believe in it, right? Mm-hmm. But you can't believe in it and have faith. Or how did it go?
Something like that.
Right? Point is, it worked at the end. You know, they still lost, though.
They still lost. Which is funny because it was very much like the whole, like, well, we had fun, so it's okay.
Yeah. And I was just on board with that because I was like, yeah, I had fun. See, it was a good show. It ended, gave its time in the sun, and it ended. I'm glad they didn't drag it out. Yeah. They try to find more stories or this shit.
I'm glad they didn't make it more permanent though. I'm glad they didn't like, oh, he died or like something like. Like
nah.
Because I don't know, man. I towards the end, I was like, how are they gonna end this shit?
Because in the year or two when we need some Ted in our world, dude, he's gonna be play rugby in Brazil or like some weird Antarctic game somewhere. Penguins.
Just make a movie, man. Just make a movie. I don't want a movie.
I want a show because I want longer than that. Unless it's 3.5 hours. Scorsese, get on it.
You know what's fucking weird? I had this weird Mandela effect where. So there's this thing that Hulu is promoting. It's like a show with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman.
Oh, the Australia part 2?
And I was like, what is this? And then I'm like, I know I've seen this already.
It's Australia.
Yeah, they just broke it into episodes. And I'm like, that's fucking weird.
It's Australia.
Yeah.
I saw that picture, right? And I'm like, that's Australia. Yeah. But why is it called this? Yeah. That's Australia.
Yeah. Apparently, he had way more footage, and they made a TV show out of it.
They made a TV show out of it.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, you're just telling me about this. I'm just finding about it, but I figured it out based upon that one image.
Yeah.
Amazing. I watched that movie.
Yeah. Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah. You know me. I'm a big Baz Luhrmann guy. Yeah. God damn it.
You don't want to watch an 8-hour version of it?
Yeah.
I'm
in.
You're in?
I'm in. I got nothing against fucking Hugh Jackman, 1. Yeah. 2, Nicole Kidman.
The fucking AMC goddess and shit.
Pretty much, you know?
Dude, I forgot about that shit. This year we went to an AMC and I was like, I forgot about this video.
Did you watch the new one or
no,
the
old one? Yeah.
Okay. Fucking whatever.
Yeah. Did you see the Loungefly made a backpack?
Of her?
Of the fucking, the outfit she's wearing?
Oh my God.
And you can buy them at the AMCs?
Oh my God. Anyway.
But here's the thing though. If you want the fucking Captain Marvel Flirkin popcorn bucket,
okay,
they have it right here in Monterey Park. They had them all. They were all on display. I almost got one. I was like,
just for the holidays to have it. Yeah. It's not that big, is it?
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big.
It's the egg, and then you open it, and there's a cat inside,
and then you put popcorn in.
Yeah. If you want it, it's there.
Do they have one for Australia?
I don't know. 8 hours of Australia.
Yeah, it's Australia.
You know? Is it gonna be like Hugh Jackman's hat or?
Crikey, mate. Crikey. I got nothing against Nicole Kidman.
No.
Yeah. Nothing against her at all.
But I was tripping out. Like that's what we're doing now. We're making like movies into 8-hour TV shows and like.
Didn't Quentin Tarantino do one to his movies?
Yeah,
The fucking
the Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Yeah,
Yeah.
he made that.
I never watched that. Like, I never watched the
the
TV version.
I did.
Yeah.
And you know what? To tell you the truth, I remember going and seeing the 88 millimeter fucking version of the thing.
That's the one that had the intermission, right?
Yeah. I remember that, going to see that.
Yeah.
Intermission. Anyway, and then like after that, like a month or two later, it's like, oh, we're putting it on Netflix on 3-part fucking 2 hour each one and shit. I'm like, I watched that, I didn't find any difference.
Really? Oh wow.
I didn't understand.
Oh, wow.
I didn't understand the differences or what scenes are bigger or what scenes were added or whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that movie. Like it was cool.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was not your usual Tarantino.
Well, it was weird because that was a follow up to the Django, right? Like he did Django and then he did this one. You're like, oh, okay, two westerns, like interesting. Like,
well, it wasn't more of a western, more of like a, I guess, like after the war.
Yeah.
You know, it's in the
originally it was. I was watching a thing about this.
Yeah.
He was writing a novel.
Uh-huh.
And it was a Django novel.
Oh.
And the Samuel L. Jackson character
is old Django.
Yeah, but then he realized, oh, he's not doing anything. Like I set up this character in his own movie, and he's not really doing anything, so he had to change the character.
That's what made him an old bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Which kind of makes sense. You look back at it, you're like, oh yeah, I see it. It kind of makes sense. Like, you know.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Yeah.
It could have been his trilogy. He was gonna make a trilogy, the Django trilogy.
Well, the funny thing, I was reading that one of the movies that he was commissioned to write. So he had given the rights to do a Django Zorro comic.
Nice.
And he was gonna write the movie, but he stipulated he wanted Antonio Banderas to come back as Zorro.
Oh my god!
But then it was like this whole thing where like they didn't want him to direct it, and so it was like so he didn't want to do it after that. It was like this weird thing.
They should know better. If Tarantino didn't want to direct it.
It's kind of a weird thing though. Like it feels very commercial for him to do like a Zorro fucking Django movie, right? Like,
and that's exactly why people would go fucking see it.
Yeah, probably.
Because he saw what he did with the Django.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I think maybe that's why I don't like Hateful as much as because like you compare the two, like Django's way better. Like Django's a more interesting story. Like the Django's, you know.
Interesting story, interesting action, interesting characters. The other one's feels like more like a standoff, like a 3-hour standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. With twists and turns and dudes into the floorboards.
My favorite little side note of that movie is so that part where Kurt Russell breaks the guitar.
Yeah.
And then what's her face freaks out. Like it's a real like antique guitar, and that's why she freaks out so much because like he didn't know and he fucking shattered it.
Yeah, we all saw that. You know, whoops.
But that movie does have Kurt Russell, the best beard of Kurt Russell. Right? He's got that weird mustache beard that connects to his sideburns.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I just watched Monarch, and that's a pretty good beard too, right there. But you know, that one because it has the whole like you could ride that son of a bitch up to the fucking West Coast. Yeah.
You know, if we didn't do Ultimate Nick Fury,
he would be a Nick Fury.
He'd be a good Nick Fury. Like old school Nick Fury. Like, I guess
just because he looks older than Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Like I think it's cool. Like I haven't watched Monarch yet, but I think it's cool that like his son is playing his younger version of her. Like they resemble each other, but they don't look that much alike.
That's my only thing, dude. Like I've always said, like it's his son.
Yeah.
But for this, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I was confused in the first episode because I was like, oh, it's going back at the end. I was like, oh, it's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Where the fuck Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
He didn't come out to like later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. You should watch it.
I gotta watch it. I gotta get onto that.
I think we just discovered Mothra from the next from part 2 movie.
Oh, okay. That's what it's set in that continuity, right? Of like the legendary.
It's right after 2014.
So that would be
the first one with the Mutos.
Yeah.
It's right after that. But it's also right before Skunk Island. 19 whatever diggities and shit. And
well, they were saying that
Durs is there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that like in the new one. I forgot who it is. He's playing a descendant of John Goodman's character.
Oh, Durs?
No. In the new movie that's coming out, the Kong X, whatever.
Oh.
There's a character that supposedly rumored to be connected to the John Goodman character.
Okay, maybe they had. Oh, okay. I don't know what to say without spoiling it. You know, it's kind of hard.
Because I forget that like that movie is in that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's Kong Island.
Because that was the first mention of Monarch right at the end of that movie.
Mm-hmm. And
right?
you see the Godzilla in the wall and all that. Yeah.
I always forget that one is tied to it.
I want to say things, but I don't want to say things, but because it's and I don't want to because I can't. We're gonna have a more in-depth conversation once you watch it.
I'll watch it.
Because there's a lot going on there, and
this is the year of Godzilla right now, man.
Like, is it 70 years, man?
No, but there's like a bunch of shit back to back.
70 years. That's why. If you notice, it's when it's 60s, 70s, when they do these anniversaries that they give us all this shit. Mm-hmm. Next 10 years is gonna be quiet again.
Yeah,
quiet. You know. But,
why trip out like how because someone was talking about like those breakdowns of those movies and like. That first that legendary Godzilla movie was like 2008 or something like that. I was like, fuck, that's a long time ago.
2014?
No, they said it was, it said it was 2008. Because that was the Bryan Cranston one, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. The Mutos. Yeah. The Mutos.
Yeah. Weird.
Because we don't know what to do.
No.
They just
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, so it said, here's Godzilla.
Do whatever you want.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? Like I don't know how it's gonna turn out. But we were watching something and like Corridor Crew did like a Godzilla episode where they're comparing all the different versions and how he looks and the CG and all that stuff, right? And they talked about the fucking Matthew Broderick one.
The 2000?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Right? They talked about that one. And Joanna was watching the episode. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "You've never seen this?" And she's like, "No."
As a Jean-Luc Pizan fan, she's never seen that movie.
So I was like,
"It's a Matthew Broderick fan?"
I was like, it's gotta be streaming somewhere. We gotta watch this movie.
HBO, I think. No,
maybe.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta watch this. I go because I saw it as a kid. I went to the theater. Like,
I waited in line in Commerce. I got a little Sal thing in front. We're waiting in line.
It has the great fucking Jimmy Page Puff Daddy song. Right?
Right. No, it has that Rage Against the Machine song because it has Godzilla in the verse, one verse. Yeah. No,
so I think I'm gonna show her that this weekend.
The great Hankazaria. Like I said that Hankazaria. They're not so racist anymore, Hankazaria.
It wasn't racist per se.
Yeah.
You know he almost died in that movie.
Yeah, Godzilla almost squashed him.
No, like, he said that he was complaining about how he didn't know that he literally had to stand in the rain for a month.
Yeah.
And he caught like pneumonia and shit.
Hyperthermia,
Yeah. He almost fucking died.
That I remember that.
That's crazy, man.
It's the price you pay for your art.
Yeah.
Hankazaria. With Matthew Broderick.
Like fucking Leon Special killed Godzilla.
That's my favorite scene in the whole fucking movie, dude. When it came out in the theaters, I laughed so stupid. Yeah. It was fucking dumb. Yeah, American. Yeah. Anyway.
Good old Leon.
And he killed Godzilla. And then there was a baby at the end that became a cartoon.
Yeah. They were gonna make that sequel, right? It never happened, but they were gonna make it.
No, but they made a cartoon.
Made a cartoon.
Okay with it.
Yeah.
You know, King Kong also had a cartoon. You know, Kong of Skull Island. It was recently brought back to my attention that I used to fucking wake up early in the morning to watch that.
Oh, nice.
Until 13, apparently.
Oh,
it was right before Jumanji.
Oh. That was that weird Jumanji, too. It was like the fucking Royal Thornberries fucking came animation squad.
With those weird fucking peanut heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Godzilla -1 is awesome. You should go fucking see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I know. I saw Nick Cage and Dreaming.
Who the fuck cares? When you told me earlier, I was gonna tell you, who the fuck cares, man? Seriously?
It was cool.
Seriously?
I liked it.
Seriously?
It was cool.
Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's cool.
Nah.
It's cool.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. You can't convince me it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's just because it says A24 at the beginning.
No. It's you know what? I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you anything about it.
Okay.
but in that classic A24 style. Like it's not what you think at all.
It's not about dreams?
Kind of. Not really.
What the fuck then?
Not really. It's a big metaphor for something else, and it's like, oh, like when it sinks in, you're like, oh, interesting.
It's a metaphor for blaming someone else for your own worries and shit?
Kind of, not really. It's more about like social media and like
and how you shouldn't go to sleep fucking watching the screens and shit.
No, but
I'd go with that one.
There's a lot of, it's funny too because when the person I went with, I was saying like, oh, do you remember when this really happened? Like that was a real thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. Like,
and they all look like Dre.
Yeah. And she didn't remember it, and I was like, yeah, no, this really happened. I remember there was like a whole internet thing.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah. And they make reference to it in the movie, so it's not. I thought it was about that.
No,
but no, it's like they make reference. They're like, oh yeah, there was a meme a couple years ago. Like
because it's a what do you call it? The astral projecting, dream walking. Yeah. It's an actual thing. Yeah. But I'm guessing this isn't about him actually doing it.
It kind of. It's complicated, man.
See,
A24.
It's A24.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting the nails on the heads. It's just random fucking nails.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah. See,
like,
I'm out.
Like, what was that? That's funny because...
does Godzilla show up?
Maybe.
That's all you gotta say. If you tell me yes, I'm fucking in.
No.
Oh, and then never mind.
Okay. You know what? You're probably never gonna watch this, right?
Huh?
You're probably never gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You know what got me? And I was like, wow, this is very like, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but at one point, Nick Cage is wearing the big fucking the talking head suit, the fucking.
I'm out.
And I was like, huh. Is this like a weird cross promotion? Because they put out that concert.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? But I was like, this is weird.
They just had an extra costume lying around. Hey, Nick, wear this shit.
But he had it on, and I was like, huh. Yeah.
Horrible.
It was cool.
I'll watch it when it's on the Plex.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, okay.
Oh, here's a weird thing. It's not a spoiler, but
yeah.
I don't think they really did it, but it looked like it was shot on film.
Oh.
Like, it was weird. I was like, did they shoot this on film? Like, it's all grainy and shit.
VHS and shit?
Yeah.
Like Bob's Burgers?
Kind of.
Oh, all right.
Like, it looks like an old movie.
Yeah.
But it's very modern. Like, they talk about, Facebook and shit.
A lot of the background looks like an old movie.
Yeah.
A lot of wood paneling and the background of old-looking school.
I think that was the thing that I liked about this movie was that you never knew whenever a scene started if this was a dream or really happening.
It just all transitioned together.
And it was interesting.
That's fun.
Nick Cage, man.
Anyway, can't wait for the next Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah. It's not gonna be him. He's too old.
You mean the next Superman?
No.
He's running out of characters to play.
No, he's talking about doing TV now, man. That's crazy.
What do you think Nick Cage could do on TV?
Oh, anything he wants, man.
But what do you want to see him in?
You know what? There's been talks of...
A cop drama.
No, like, what was it? The Spider-Man Noir? They're doing a show on Amazon or something?
That's a cartoon.
Here's the thing. They're talking about live action.
Okay.
If he never takes the mask off, I'm kind of down.
You can Pedro Pascal him in Mandalorian if you want.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. You know.
You can Pedro Pascal him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's still in pretty good shape. I don't know if he could, like...
In the style of Sin City?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right?
You know, black and white.
Black and white, color every once in a while. The Rubik's Cube and...
Crazy Nick Cage, like, just freaking out and, like,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch that.
Yeah. I'm okay with Nick Cage.
They're just like... There's a movie, I think it's called The Retirement or something like that. They came out, like, earlier this year. Where he plays, like, this old assassin. And, like, his an estranged daughter.
You know what?
And something happens, he has to come out of retirement.
Nick Cage for having... the reason he came back is because he had to pay a bunch of debt and shit. He had to pay back. That worked out in his favor.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that, people recognize him now more than ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing about Nick Cage, I think you have to really appreciate the fact that he will make a movie just because, this is cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, most actors are like, oh, no, this will ruin my career. Like,
yeah. He jumped at the... when it said Ghost Rider, he jumped at the opportunity to fucking do it. They could have picked any fucking good-looking motherfucker out there. Not saying Nick Cage is good-looking because he's weird looking. He's not a chode, but
What's it? He's not traditionally good handsome.
Can men be frumpy?
Yeah, he's kind of frumpy.
He could be frumpy.
Oh, this dream movie, he's real frumpy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's all you had to say.
Yeah.
If you would have told me he's frumpy in the movie, I probably was in from the get go.
He's pretty hardcore.
All
like,
right.
yeah. But
Not Gone in 60 Seconds frumpy?
oh no. That's still when he was cool, man.
Oh, no, it was never cool.
Dude, he was making out with Angelina Jolie in that movie.
Regardless, Nick Cage wasn't very cool. Everyone was making out with Angelina Jolie in the 90s.
Fucking, what's it, The Rock? He was cool in that movie. And Con Air?
He had hair in
He had
that
hair.
The Rock, Sean Connery couldn't make that movie cool, man.
That movie was cool, man.
Welcome to The Rock. Now sit down.
I think what makes it even cooler is the fact that like this, that whole stupid cinema theory that like Sean Connery is playing James Bond.
Oh, and like an old version of James
and
Bond.
they have it blocked up because he knows too much shit. That's interesting. Like,
and I could have seen where they were going
Yeah.
with it, but it sounds like not too much.
yeah.
Too much, you know what? No,
But I think that theory makes that movie way cooler though.
old man James Bond.
Yeah.
But we all know all the 007s die.
Yeah.
They all get killed in the line of fire.
Or they fucking regenerate and turn into a new person.
008.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Magic.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're done for the day.
right.
Are we done? We've already praised the
Nick
new
Cage.
Cage.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. He could be a new god.
He could be. He
He
could
could be
fucking-
Forager.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got that classic Kirby Forager.
Yeah, with the flat tongue.
Yeah, with the flat hand thing.
Yeah. Fuck being fucking Oberon. Fuck
Yeah.
being, Desaad or,
You know what? If Nick Cage
Granny Goodness.
worked out,
Granny Goodness?
Orion.
Yeah. You're throwing me a curveball there.
Because the Kirby era Orion would go fucking crazy all the time, right?
And that's the only one I could think of. Not this newer
No,
Orion. It would have to be like the old
yeah,
Orion,
yeah.
like fucking daddy issues Orion.
His
and
fucking
shit.
face turns red.
Yeah. Always yelling.
Yeah.
Always something about.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm down with that.
I would watch that.
All right, Nick Cage. Balls in your
Balls in your court. Make it happen.
Make it
It's a comic guy. He probably would do it, right?
Yeah, he knows. He probably knows more about the new guys than we do.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Nick Cage, you hear me?
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Never gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Anyway.
No.
To anyone still listening, thank you very much for
Is he old enough to be Highfather now?
I was going with Desaad, a Steppenwolf, something, mid-level. But come on, you got go bring fucking Wolford Grimley or fucking what's that? Diabetes guy.
I think he's dead.
Oh.
No, Desaad. He's gotta have like a Buscemi or a fucking.
Gilbert Gottfried.
He's dead too.
Bye!
Or like a Willem Dafoe.
No,
Desaad.
too high. Bring it down. Bring it what? What's Monk?
Oh,
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony
He's
Shalhoub.
pretty old though. Man. He looks.
Granny Goodness.
He was Splinter in those the fucking Michael Bay.
Michael Bay ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub, and that was hard to distinguish Tony Shalhoub from that Splinter. Never mind.
Because he was doing like an Asian accent. It was weird.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
It's no Jackie Chan.
No Jackie Chan. But Ferris Splinter.
Yeah, thus far.
Yeah.
Till the next one.
Who's the next? Who they got next?
Tony Chow. Stephen Chow.
Oh, that'd be cool. But he's got a motion capture too. Like, he has to,
do the stunts and everything. Yeah. Do the hand thing.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
Anyway, I think we're done.
All right
then. Anyone still listening, thank you very much. You guys have yourself. Is it gonna be Christmas yet? No, halfway. Hope you guys are done with your holiday shoppings. If not, get your ass. What are you doing listening to this? Go fucking holiday shop. It's almost done. Christmas is like 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Excited?
No, I haven't even done shit. Anyway, still listening. Bye. Take it here and bye and do it. Bye.
I'm going to the mall.
Going to the mall.